Yes, it's me. It's Patrick Kelly. You might not recognize me because I no longer have a beard, a gray beard or a black beard. I have a 5 o'clock shadow, but I shaved yesterday to start over. New year, new look. I can't decide if I like it or not. My kids voted no. My wife is still on the fence, so we'll go forward. Hey, maybe I'll do a poll afterwards and see what everybody thinks. Not that your opinion really of my appearance really matters to me, but makes you feel good, right? I just, I was thinking about in the history of the world, we've never, ever all agreed on one thing. And that's a very ambiguous blanket statement, but just think about it. We've all what 7-8 billion people don't agree on all one thing, right? We don't agree on the best food or the best weather or the best country or the best sports team, right? I think the only time we've ever fully agreed as the world on one thing, it was that John Elway was the greatest quarterback of all time. I think that's the only thing we've all agreed on. We still do, right? Isn't that right? A little back history. I grew up in Colorado. It was a state law in the 70s, 80s, and 90s where you had to be a Bronco fan. I just made that up. It's not really a state law. It was maybe a Kelly family law. So we were all Broncos fans. So I grew up watching John Elway and loving John Elway and still think he's the greatest quarterback of all time. But I digress. The point is, no one agrees on anything. Tom Brady, Joe Montana, Dan Marino, everyone, Johnny Unitas, everyone has a different opinion on who the best quarterback is. Just like a different opinion on what color is or what the best platform of UCaS is, right? We don't all agree on everything. So we can never agree on the right, from an IT nerd perspective, we can never agree on the right protocols for anything. And we can have RFCs on how we should do it, but everyone does their different flavor, right? Like think, for example, SIP. SIP should be this universal RFC. We all talk at this SIP level, but Microsoft, Cisco, Avaya, Mitel, ShoreTel, everyone has a different flavor of SIP, right? And there was a time when even SMS, right? We have a different flavor of a Verizon user used to not be able to text a Sprint user because no one agreed on how SMS protocols should work. We've all kind of come around now. And how unusable would texting be if you could only text Apple people? Or if you could only text Android people, right? Or you could only text Verizon people. Like it's unusable at that point. We need this sort of come together, kumbaya moment where we can all agree like, hey, this is an important communication platform and we all need to somehow agree to talk to each other. And what I'm talking about is chat. I did a podcast with Dominic Kent at M.io or Mio, some people call it, about this exact topic. And look at my hair's getting a little crazy there. About chat being the new way to communicate. Chat's the new email, I guess you could say. Email was the new letter. Like it just keeps escalating in the ability to utilize. SMS is a form of chat. Persistent chat. Instant messaging. This have all been around for a long time, decades actually. But now platforms have unified this chat component into how they do UCaS. Slack probably started it. I'd actually even say Microsoft started it. And I'll say that why, because I'm a former Microsoft guy. And back then we used to have OCS, right? And group chat. And you know what? The company that started group chat before Microsoft is probably who started it. The ability to have persistent chat and chat rooms and and channels and teams where you can collaborate with your teammates and coworkers. That's the future. That's how we do business. But everyone has got their different flavor of chat, right? Zoom has its flavor of chat, which is great. Slack has its flavor of chat. Teams has its flavor of chat. Can we all agree on one's the best? No, we can't. We can all agree the best video, the best phone, the best webinars, the best breakout rooms, the best rooms. We can all agree that that's Zoom. That's an easy one. Everyone agrees that Zoom's the best in that. But chat is still utilized by several different components, and whatever platform your ecosystem you've decided on, you are using that chat to talk to a Teams person, or using that chat to talk to a Slack person. You're using that chat to talk to a Zoom person. But there's got to be a point in time when, irregardless of what you've picked as your platform, we need to communicate with other platforms. This is an amazing technology that's coming down the pike. This is what Mio does. This is what Mio's vision is. This is exactly what Mio is here to solve, is that I don't care. I'm agnostic of what platform you use for your chat solution internally with all your colleagues and coworkers, Zoom, Teams, Slack, WebEx. Don't care. I still need to be on a platform. I still need a technology that allows me to communicate with other platforms externally, even internally. For example, I'll give you an example. Some companies have multiple chat platforms within the company itself. I talk to these companies all the time. Some people use Teams for collaboration, and then they use Zoom for communication, everything real time. Teams for everything collaboration, instant messaging, persistent chat, then real time with video and audio and phone and meetings. And then they might have a dev team that uses Slack. How do all three of these components actually talk to each other? Because you don't want to have 3 or 4 different applications running on your desktop. I just want to have 1 or 2 maybe that run on my desktop that allows me to do what I need to do more effectively, more efficiently, with higher collaboration and higher communication modalities and functions. What if you could plug like a moderator in the middle? What if you could plug a translator in the middle? What if you could plug like a chat clearinghouse in the middle that allows you to use whatever application you wanted, Cisco, WebEx, Slack, Zoom, and then cross-chat with all of those different platforms? That's exactly what Mio's doing. This is an amazing opportunity for all of us to look at and showcase Mio. M.io.com. M.io. That's the website you should go to and check it out. This is an amazing thing that's coming relatively soon. I'll let Mio answer that question. I actually know the answer. I just can't really tell you. It allows you to chat in one place, not all over the place is their slogan. Connect with people you work with on Slack, Teams, WebEx, or Zoom. I actually had the opportunity to speak to the CEO about this function, and he actually came to our team and talked about it. I'm so excited about what's going to happen in this space this year. What's going to happen in this space to allow us as enterprises to communicate cross platforms, to allow us to be an agnostic player in whatever one you choose and still be able to communicate internally with other platforms and externally with other platforms. So Mio is it's a super cool product. I can't say enough about it. And I'm really excited to see what those guys put together.